When my son Ty was 8 years old, he broke his right arm after his first football practice. He had been so excited after his first day of real contact that even before we got into the car to go home, he insisted on showing me in slow motion how he had learned to tackle. Unfortunately, he lost his balance and fell backward on his right arm, creating a buccal fracture that was just above his wrist. According to his doctor, Ty would have to be in a cast for at least 6 weeks, give the bone time to heal, and he would likely miss most of the games. This was not a good start to the fall. After the initial disappointment, Ty seemed to be handling the setback fairly well. Then a couple of later, while riding home from church, he went into a negative spiral, reciting everything he couldn't do with only one arm. He was very thorough, even though his mother, Kristen, and I tried to interrupt him several times to break the self-defeating mental momentum. When we arrived back at our house, I asked Ty to join me in the study for a few minutes. Ty, don't you think there's a lot of things you can still do, even with your broken arm? I asked. No, not the really good things, he replied skeptically. All right then, I said. I'll give you a quick exercise, okay? And because he had no choice, Ty agreed to participate, unenthusiastically. Ty, I said, write down 21 things you can still do with just one arm, and we'll be done. With a curious look, Ty responded, Dad, I'm in a cast. I can't write. Oh, that's right, I said with a laugh, wishing we could start over. Then you talk, Ty, and I'll write for you. So Ty started talking, and I started writing. Slowly, with some prodding, the first few answers came. He could read books, ride his bike, watch TV, and play video games. Those things triggered even more ideas. Ty continued. I could hike or run. I could play in my treehouse. I could go to the movies, eat popcorn, and have M&Ms. I could still do science experiments. I could do sit-ups, take a bath, even make my bed. As we approached the goal of 21 ideas, I was writing as fast as I could. Okay, that's 21, confirmed to Ty. Keep writing, Dad. I want to do some more, he said, no longer annoyed with the exercise. Finally, with 25 answers, Ty was ready to stop. I handed him the list he had dictated and asked him to repeat it out loud. As he read, I could see the excitement growing. There really were a lot of things a kid could still do with a broken arm. Can I go show Mom my list? I asked. Sure, I said. But let me ask you a question first. Ty, do you think we could have a just as long a list of the things you can't do with a broken arm? I asked, hoping to create a coachable moment. Yes, he quickly answered, but why in the world would we do that? Good point, I said, as I enjoyed his smile. Go show Mom. Over the next few days, I have to admit that Ty and I repeated an abbreviated version of the exercise several times whenever his attitude took a dive. Within a minute or two, though, Ty's mindset quickly shifted back into a positive gear. As the tension faded, you could see the joy return. Ty was learning how to win the battle of his mind and start to understand the secret of a joy-filled life.